Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades. And today we're going to be talking about alt season. When is it going to be? What signs can we look for? How can we know to get in or to get out? I'm going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. And of course, if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, and then you will get these updates daily. So first of all, I want to go to the total 2 chart. Now, the total 2 chart is the entire altcoin market, including all altcoins. It's just minus Bitcoin. You can actually look at total 3, and this actual minus Ethereum, and it's pretty similar when we look at them. So we're just going to stick with total 2 at the moment because this is all the altcoins there. So if we look at this cycle that started in 2023, it was mostly Bitcoin moving, but then altcoins started to move around September of 2023. And the Tribal Trades indicator on the weekly time frame, one indicator to rule them all, showed us the way, and that began a beautiful move to the upside. Now, there was a pause for a couple of weeks there, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we took off again. We got another beautiful Tribal Trades bullish reversal signal, and that took us all the way up to March of 2024 when we saw a huge capitulation to the downside for altcoins, with altcoins going down from 1.27 trillion all the way down to 715 billion. Absolute brutal drop there and sideways, but ended up being a great buying opportunity. So this was the first little altcoin season that we had in this bull cycle. The second one came here again in September. September seems to be a little bit of a good time. Now, look, we did have a little bit of a fake out. They do happen, even though if you'd bought this one at almost 900 billion, this went up to 1.09 trillion. So we had a little short one here of about 3 weeks there. A little bit of upside, not much. It was a little bit of a fake out. We did get a little bit of upside, similar to this one here. Here, it came down a little bit and then took off, just went sideways. This one actually went up a little bit and then went further down. And so here we go in September. We have our second one, and this one lasts from September through to December there. And this is where many altcoins have now topped out, and they have not come back and made their new all-time high. What we saw just recently happen, because look what we saw recently happen. We saw again the Tribal Trades indicator fire off in April, and that led us all the way up until around the end of May time where we got these signs. And that's when I shared with everybody that I was, taking some profit and getting out of crypto, closing trades and just trading it on the daily and the intraday time frame, and I wasn't opening up any kind of significant positions that I felt like this is a position where you could open in September and close it in December. You just buy when the Tribal Trades indicator gives you a bullish reversal signal and sell when it gives you a bearish reversal signal. Now look, there's a few times there where it only lasted a few weeks, and the sell here had you buying back about 4 weeks, probably around the same price there, but then you see this huge move to the upside. So we had one here. This was the longest one. That lasted 6 months. This one here lasted only about 3 months. And this one here has lasted only 2 months. They've gotten shorter in length. And one of the big things and reasons what happened was, obviously, we had Pump.Fund came into the market in the beginning of 2024. And then the market got saturated with altcoins. And we went from 10,000 altcoins on CoinGecko to 10 million altcoins on CoinGecko. And so that's a big increase, people. And of course, a lot of these coins that were launched have a huge supply. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a bullish reversal pattern. And that bullish reversal pattern can be a green arrow, a green dot with an arrow, a blue arrow. I teach you how the indicator works in the Tribal Trades Discord. And of course, those who are interested in getting the Tribal Trades indicator, it is only found in the Tribal Trades Discord. It's a paid indicator, and you get it by joining the Discord. There is a link below in the description of this video. There, you might need to click the more button, and that will pop open, and then there'll be a link there for signing up for the Tribal Trades Discord. What is the Discord? It's a trading community, exclusive trading community there. And so you can get that indicator there. Okay, so let's look at this now. The other good thing that we see here, if we're going to move to the daily time frame, but as you can see, we got that sell signal, and that might be a little bit what we saw over here. We just went sideways a little bit, or over here where there was a drop down, but it wasn't like we've seen this drop down here with this huge drop down to the bottom there, or this long one down the bottom there. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It's been bolts have kind of been up. I never trust a Sunday pump, but we do have the MACD is starting to get above zero line there, the blue. So that could be quite bullish, and of course, unfortunately, on the monthly time frame, we have the MACD that has gone below, and that's usually signaled the end of altcoins. Okay, and here you have a left shoulder ahead and a possible right shoulder forming there, and if that did come down, that would be extremely bearish. On the monthly time frame there that you see it, you saw it over here, left shoulder head, right shoulder capitulation to the downside. We don't want to see this being a little bit of a fake out here there, so just keeping an eye on it on the monthly time frame as well. Let's switch over to the daily time frame here and have a quick look and see what we can see. There is a little bit of bullish momentum here to the upside. We are above the 9 EMA on the daily. The 9 looks like it's going to cross. That has been bullish. However, there's been a number of crosses here, just a lot of fake outs, and I've not been trusting the daily time frame. Technically, we are still in a downtrend. We would need to get above around about 1.2 trillion to get back at a higher high on the daily. There is a little bit of a possible. This is a WW bottom here, which is quite bullish. And so, of course, if we can see the 9 cross the 20 and the 20 cross back above the 50, we want to see the 50 cross above the 200, and that would bring a golden cross. And now we're needing a golden cross to turn upside, but those are both turning down. And to get a golden cross, we really need price to get above there, about 1.17 trillion. Okay, so it's very, very interesting. If you see a Bitcoin, however, very bullish Bitcoin, you have an inverse head and shoulders. Now the right shoulder is there. Now we just need a breakout above 112,000. And that the technical target takes us to the $140,000 area for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is looking very, very bullish at the moment. I want to jump over to Bitcoin dominance and see if that is also ultra bullish as well. We're looking at it on the weekly time frame, and we just keep making higher highs and higher lows and just going up and up. We obviously saw this nice move to the downside. That was the and as you can see, that also can be an indication of when you can jump to altcoins when we see this bearishness. But the last time we have the bullish reversal on the weekly. Let's look at an altcoin now that has got some bullish momentum here, and it is Solana. And Solana has that beautiful WW bottom. Solana has broken above the 9 EMA. Solana is about to have the 9 EMA cross above the 20. Remember, look what happened the last time it crossed down below, and look at what happened the last time it crossed to the upside. We saw a huge move to the upside for Solana there before it broke down. We haven't quite made, oh yes, we have made a higher high for Solana. There was the high, there was the low, and we made a lower high and now a higher high there. So technically, Solana is one of the stronger looking altcoins. And I'll show you yesterday on the Stocks on Sunday show, I did show you numerous ways to take a trade because we're starting to see this across the board for some stocks and for crypto. As you see, first of all, first entry here is at Tribal Trades indicator. That bullish reversal signal gives you absolutely perfect entry there. The second place to get in is on a higher low. We have a higher low here. Usually what you see is one candle and the candle next to it also holds a support. That's the higher low. If you didn't get on the higher low, third place to get in is when it breaks the 9 EMA to the upside. The fourth place to get in is when it breaks above the 20 EMA on the daily to the upside. That is also very bullish. The fifth place you could have got on this trade, which hasn't happened yet, is when the 9 crosses above the 20. And then the next place I would consider getting in this trade is when the 20 crosses above the 50 on the daily time frame. And then at some point, what you're going to get is we could get a nice golden cross there. It's a little ways away, but we just need bullish momentum for a couple more weeks, and this 50 would curl to the upside. The 200 would curl, but it would take a lot more time, and then the 50 would have time to cross over it. And probably the last place I'd look at taking a trade on Solana, the last position eventually would probably be the 50-week moving average, which is meant to be the bull market support band. And that was well and truly lost numerous times. And that's how really bearish altcoins have been for such a long time. So again, when will alt season be? Well, the answer to that question is on the daily time frame. You can see, you can trade altcoins, but the trades only last about, maybe a few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then altcoins capitulated down. You could have shorted altcoins here for probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days there. So I usually see these moves on the daily time frames for altcoins getting in, usually between 4 to 9 days, usually have an average of about 7 days there. So you can trade them on the daily time frame there. But of course, the weekly time frame is what I will be looking for, and I will be looking for a bullish reversal on the weekly time frame to give me a signal that we might have either a continuation of this move to the upside that was cut short, or a brand new move to the upside here like we saw here. But they have been getting shorter and shorter. So just note that the first one here was 6 months. This one here was about 3 months. And this one here has only been 2 months so far, although we could find a little bit of a pause here and then continuation to the upside. So we'll see what happens there. So that's what I'm looking for. That's when altcoin season is. There it is there. The bullish reversal pattern, the tribal trades indicator shows you where to get in and where to get out, where to get in again, where to get out, where to get in, where to get out again. And then at some point, we may see another bullish reversal signal here, which will show us, hey, it's time to get into altcoins. Now, of course, this can be a lagging indicator. Of course, when this candle here was the low, it's this candle after that the indicator flashed on. And of course, we could be getting that bullish reversal soon. And sometimes the daily time frame can give us a little bit of a clue. And we do have a bullish reversal signal on the daily time frame. And I did buy some altcoins. I bought some SUI and I bought some TAO on this bullish reversal signal here that we got on the 23rd of June. And I shared that in the Tribal Trades Discord. And if you're wondering what the Tribal Trades Discord looks like, this is the Tribal Trades Discord. And we had some great wins today. The Thunder from Down Under snagging a nice, beautiful $1,000 trade, and April Parker getting a $206 trade. Absolutely fantastic. You can see all the different wonderful channels, the life-changing gains trading course. We have live sessions with me twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week there. And of course, this is where you get access to the Tribal Trades indicator there. That's what I'm looking for alt season. Of course, I may get fortunate here because I'm in a couple of altcoin trades and a Bitcoin trade as well. And if this daily time frame move turns into the weekly time frame move, now you can see how this happened back on the 8th of April. It gave a buy signal there on the 8th of April. And then if you look on the weekly time frame, you saw that the buy signal didn't come in until a week later. And sometimes the daily signal can get you in earlier, and then the daily trade then turns into actually a weekly trade. And then you continue it and you hold in the trade longer. And that's how actually I got in the daily trade, because I was actually just trying to get in an hourly trade. And then the market took off, gave a signal, and I'm just going to stay in this trade now. Usually I would just cut and profit in the same day. That's what I do on the 15-minute and hour time frame. And then, of course, that exploded, and I was able to convert my intraday trade to a daily trade, which I usually hold between 4 to 9 days there, as you can see. And of course, we now get the bullish reversal signal on the weekly, even though we've now already had it on the daily back on the 23rd of June. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. And of course, until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.